My GMC Sierra 1500, the check engine light came on the other day, and I've got the gauges turned off, but the check engine light came on the other day. It stayed on for about 2 days, and it turned off on its own. It was really cold out, so I don't know if the weather played a part in it or if there was actually something wrong. But I've got a InTune tuner, the i3, DiabloSport InTune i3 tuner, and it has a scanner on it, and I can scan to see if something's wrong when the check engine light comes on. I don't know if it's going to work since the light went off on its own, but I'm hoping it will, and I can figure out what's wrong, or what might have been wrong before, or what is continuously going on with it. So I'm going to show you what you do. So here's my tuner. It's turned off right now, but it's got this piece on the end of it that you take. You go down up under the steering wheel, and you see this thing right here? This thing right here? You take your tuner cord and you plug it into it. Push it in. And as soon as you do that, put my key in, and I turn it to run. You don't crank it, you just turn it to run. This will tell me, everything that's going on the gauges. And then my tuner is going to cut on. And every time you turn it on, it's going to ask you this. It says the DiabloSport InTune is designed to increase vehicle performance and fuel economy. Never use InTune during vehicle operation. Do you agree to these terms? And you have to click yes or it will cut off. So I'm going to click yes. And then you have some options, and I'm not an expert. I'm just a user who has a truck, and I like to have a tune on my truck. I don't know anything about doing your own tunes, custom tunes, or anything. I don't have a custom tune. I just use what's on it. But you can tune your vehicle. There's a scan tool, and then there's settings. I'm going to go on scan tool, and I'm going to scan my truck. It says, please make sure your key is turned to the run position, but don't crank it. I'm going to hit continue. Now it's going to scan my vehicle for any errors. I know there was an error 2 days ago, but I don't know if it's cleared or not. Alright, so it says my options are show trouble codes, clear trouble codes, or data logging. But I'm going to click show trouble codes. Alright, so there's a sensor delay issue. I'm going to go to my phone and I'm going to type this code in, ECM, and I'm going to put P015D, and then I'm going to put O2 sensor delay, and it's spelled different than I would spell delay, but it's running lean to rich. This means the engine control module ECM is detecting a slow response time from the oxygen sensor located on the exhaust manifold of bank 2 cylinder 1. And so I can go on and read about it, what that problem is. Most likely for me, and my experience, and I'm not a mechanic, I'm just a guy. From my experience, I need to tune the truck back to stock and then go update my tuner and tune it back, with my tune on it. That's what I've always done, and it's always solved every issue I've ever had with the check engine light coming on. But that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how to tune it to stock if you've got a tune on it, update it, and tune it back to your tune, or just tune it for the first time. Alright, so I've got my cable plugged in and the thing is on. I'm going to go delete this code. Clear diagnostic trouble codes. Hit yes. And let it clear those codes. It's going to make some noises in the vehicle while it does it. It says diagnostic trouble codes are cleared. Continue. And then I can rerun this after I've put my tune back on it and see if it solved it, or after I take the tune off, whichever I'd like. And I don't have to. This is just an extra feature built into these. Alright, I'm going to go back and I'm going to click on Tune Vehicle. And I'm going to tune it back to stock. Right now it's got the tune on it. Restore Backup will tune it back to stock. Restore Original Backup. Yes. Alright, so it's going to make some noises. Some lights are going to come on. Some things might flash, the doors might lock, they might unlock. Your traction control sometimes will cut on and off, different things. All right, and then when it gets done, you have to turn the vehicle off. It says turn the ignition to off. So I turn it off, and then I hit continue. And then it says 3, 2, 1, 0, turn it back to on. Turn it back to run, and hit continue. Turn it back to off, and hit continue. Turn it back on. Again, you're not cranking it, you're just turning it to the run position. Alright, it's done. I'm back to my stock tune. Alright, so now I need to update my tuner. And you need to update it every time before you use it to tune. Alright, so you take your power cord here and you plug it in, and then it's going to cut on. I'm indoors now, so hopefully I can connect to my Wi-Fi inside. And so I'm going to click yes here. Then I'm going to back into settings, Wi-Fi configuration, setup, and let it search for networks. This side of the cord is just hanging loose. I've got it laying on the floor. You don't need to use it here because we're indoors. We're connected through the other cord. Hey look, it sees my internet. So I'm going to click on my connection, and I'm going to type in the password. It has shift buttons, lowercase buttons, numbers, symbols. Alright, that's my password. I'm going to hit enter. Connection successful. Press yes to check for updates. So that's what I want to do. I want to get an update. Hit yes. Checking for updates. Updates are available. Would you like to download and install now? Yes. So it's downloading the updates. All right, it's 100%. All right, so it kind of restarts, and you have to click yes again to continue. I'm going to let it go on its own. It's going to install the file. There's one of one. There may be more. That's preparing. Now it's processing, executing file 8 of 14. Updates have been installed. Please press continue to reboot. I don't think I need to go back in here, but we're just going to let it do what it does. Alright, so I'm done. My install is on there, and I need to go put the tune back on the truck now. Alright, I'm plugging my tuner back into my truck, and it's going to turn on its own. I'm going to click yes to move forward. I'm going to go ahead and put my key in and turn the key forward to run, because I know I've got to do that at some point. I'm going to hit tune vehicle. Make sure it's in the run position. Continue. Alright, there's multiple tunes you can do. I do advanced tune. You can do an easy tune. You can do advanced tune. I'm not going to share the differences in them. I'm not an expert on this. I don't work for DiabloSport. I'm just a guy with a tuner. I'm going to show you what I do. I do advanced tune, install a standard tune. And I'm going to change some stuff here. I want to do the 87 octane tune. It says the 87 octane tune is designed to add power and torque, but with fuel economy in mind. Fuel mileage can always be subject to driving style and may vary from vehicle to vehicle. I'm going to hit yes. I'm going to use this tune. So now it's going to get a backup from the vehicle. Yes, you have to hit yes. So now it's reading my stock tune to see how it's, comes from stock, and it's going to save that as a backup file. So like I did earlier, I changed it from my tune that I put on it back to stock, which was my backup file. So now it's going to save this backup file for later when I want to retune it back to stock in the future. The reasons you would retune it back to stock is like I am doing now, to update my scanner, or if you've got an issue, you might retune it back to stock and retune it, but I would always update it in the middle like we're doing today. Or if you are about to sell the vehicle, you can retune it back to stock and then use the tuner on another vehicle. This is the Platinum Edition. There's 2 editions. The Platinum Edition, you can use it with different vehicles, such as I have a license that came with it for one vehicle, and I've got it on my truck. But if I wanted to put one on my wife's vehicle, if it accepts a tuner, I can go buy a second license, just plug it into the computer and go to DiabloSport and get a second license and download it to my device. I can install this on another vehicle while I've got it on this vehicle. I don't know how many licenses you can get at a time, but that's what that is. All right, before I apply the tune, I'm going to modify the parameters. You don't have to do this, but I do it. I'm going to turn off the AFM calibration. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to turn it off. Click on here, I'm going to turn it off. It comes with on, I'm going to change it to off. I'm going to hit yes, I'm going to turn it off. That's where this V8 vehicle becomes a 4-cylinder. When you're going down the road and it gets up to speed and you're cruising, it turns into like a 4-cylinder. It's not really a 4-cylinder, but it only runs on 4 cylinders. And while that's good for gas mileage, it tears up your vehicle. My last truck, I had to replace lifters like 6 different times. It was a headache, and the service manager told me it's because of the AFM calibration being on. So I bought a tuner, turned it off, and never had any more trouble with it. All right, I'm done with that. It's turned off. If we wanted to go look, it's set to off. So I want to go back and back. All right, and you can change other things. I usually don't mess with anything, but you can see what you're reading here. You can change the fan, idle calibration, power enrichment, give it more gas, rev speed limiters, so you can change your tachometer where it tops out at, spark, speed calibration if you want to go faster than the truck can technically go. My speedometer reads 140, so I don't know that I would ever go any faster, but throttle calibration, different things you can change in here, but I don't change any of them. I don't need to do any of that stuff. I'm gonna hit back, and I'm gonna apply the tune, and it's gonna apply the 87 octane tune and the parameter that I changed, which is the AFM calibration. And if you're looking at my miles per gallon I'm getting right now, that's because it's wintertime and I've been cranking the truck in the mornings and letting it run a little while to heat up. So that's usually closer to around on a good week, maybe 17 or 18 miles per gallon. That's when I'm not cranking it in the morning. It's never idling. It's just driving. Most of my drive is on urban roads. It's long drives, not much traffic, not many red lights. I can drive 20-30 minutes where I live and never go through a red light kind of thing. So I get pretty good gas mileage. Stock, I think I got 16 miles per gallon with the stock. So I get it 17 or 18, sometimes 19 miles per gallon, depending on what I'm doing. And then on the highway, it gets around 22 miles per gallon. This is the 342 rear end, which is the heavier duty one for the 1500 for my year. This is a 2018 GMC Sierra. So if you have the smaller rear end, I don't remember what it is, 308 or something, it probably gets a lot better gas mileage than I've got. But I've got a boat I pull, and I just like the bigger rear end. Alright, so it says to turn the ignition off and hit continue. Turn it on, continue. Turn it off, hit continue. Turn it on, continue. And it's done. It's gonna do some last writing on the file. Alright, it says tuning complete. You may unplug the tool and enjoy driving your vehicle, or tap continue to reboot. I'm just going to unplug it. I don't need to reboot it. And reach down and unplug it. It's going to turn off. Now I almost always crank it at this point and let it run for a few minutes and make sure nothing's wrong, no errors pop up, no check engine light, nothing like that. Alright, so nothing's wrong with my truck. It seems to be running correctly. I'm going to plug the thing back in. I'm going to turn the vehicle off. It's going to cut on. I don't normally do this, but since we did it before, I'm going to do it again and run my scan tool and see what it finds. Now that I've retuned everything, updated everything, I just want to see what it says. I'm going to go ahead and turn my key forward, because it's going to tell me to do it anyways. And it won't hurt that it's turned forward now. I'm going to click yes. Always got to click yes. It won't do anything if you click no. Alright, I'm going to go to the scan tool. Key is in the run position. Continue. Let's rescan it and see what it says. I don't know if it'll say something's wrong again or not. Show trouble codes. That means it's, nope, hadn't found anything. 0 active supported trouble codes. So that's great. We fixed it. That's awesome. Alright, and that's how you do that. That's how you can scan your truck for issues. That's how you can tune it back to stock. How you update it with Wi-Fi. And how you tune it for the first time or retune it. And then you can check the scan tool again. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please like it. Click the button down there, the thumbs up. Please subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.